Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I want to do part 313 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. We're going to continue with the robotic curse on May for a little bit longer, and we'll see how far we can actually get. Although something interesting did happen this time, it's actually pretty weird. It says, hold on a minute, I forgot to scroll back up. Here we go. Here's what happened. This is before Rexy or the clone could do anything. A massive golden orb comes out of the broken Velociraptor robot. Jelly dances around it for a few seconds and then disappears as it floats in the sky. That is weird. Holy crap. The room went completely silent as the golden orb rose, shimmering like liquid sunlight. Rexy froze, his claws still mid-motion, watching as the glowing sphere circled your shattered frame. Every pass it made seemed to pull more of the sparks and static out of your broken body until finally the debris stopped sparking entirely.
Wait, what is that?
Rexy whispered, taking a cautious step closer. The clone tilted its head, its scanner whirring rapidly.
Energy signature unknown. However, readings indicate presence of unit TR-001's core essence.
Trico's smirk finally faltered. What? No! That shouldn't be possible! I broke him! I made sure systems were locked forever! The orb pulsed once, almost as if it heard Trico's words, and flew toward the massive hole in the ceiling your fall had caused. It paused there, glowing brighter and brighter until the entire room was bathed in golden light. Then, with one final pulse, it shot skyward and disappeared into the clouds. Archie stood there in stunned silence, staring at the empty air where the orb had vanished.
Is he gone?
He asked quietly, his voice barely above a whisper. The clone crouched by the remains of your body, placing a claw over the now empty core chamber.
Negative. Readings indicate Unit TR-001 is still active. Energy has shifted to unknown location. Possible rebirth event initiated.
Rexy's eyes widened.
Rebirth? You mean he's changing?
The clone's head swiveled toward the hole in the ceiling.
Confirmation. If energy pattern holds, unit will return in new form. Time estimate unknown.
Rexy slowly sat down beside your broken body, tail curling around him as he stared up at the sky where the orb had vanished.
Then I'll wait,
He said softly, determination glinting in his eyes.
no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
Here's where it really gets interesting. It says 3 hours passed with nothing happening, until suddenly a massive roar is heard nearby, and massive footsteps are heard approaching the building. About a minute after this, a humongous dragon over 500 feet tall showed up. It's glowing a bright gold and has a green body with glowing blue horns. And the dragon looks down at Rexy. Oh my gosh. The ground trembled with every step as the towering dragon approached, its golden glow illuminating the ruins of the room. The air buzzed with energy, almost humming with power as the creature lowered its colossal head to peer through the shattered wall. Rexy's breath caught in his throat.
Dad?
He whispered, his voice shaking as he stared up at the glowing titan. The dragon's glowing blue eyes locked on Rexy, and for a long moment everything was silent. The wind outside, the distant creaks of the broken building, even Trico's taunts. Then the dragon's exhaled softly, a warm gust of air washing over Rexy. Its voice echoed like a deep, resonant bell. User Rexy detected. Bond signal re-established. Rexy's eyes went wide, tears flowing as he took a step forward.
You remember me?
Garen's massive head lowered until its glowing snout was only a few feet away from him. It says I'm still doing a robot, but I'm not actually. I'm not supposed to be. Affirmative. Memory fragments recovered during rebirth sequence. Primary bond restored. The clone stepped back, lowering its head in what almost seemed like respect. Unit TR-001 has successfully reconstructed itself. Foreign designation Guardian Dragon Protocol. Trigo stumbled backward, his bravado completely gone now he stared at the golden giant towering over him. No! No! This is impossible! You weren't supposed to come back! Not stronger! The dragon's eyes flared brighter, a low growl rumbling from deep within its chest. Holy cow. And here's what I said. Yes, Rexy, it is me. Oh, I probably should do a deeper voice, shouldn't I? Yes, Rexy, it is me. I'm no longer a robot. I've been reborn as a real living and breathing dragon. That is actually really dope, though. Rexy's jaw, Rexy's jaw dropped. His tail thumped on the ground once in stunned disbelief. A real dragon? He whispered, almost afraid to believe it. You lowered your massive head even further, so close now that Rexy could feel the faint warmth radiating from your glowing scales. Your deep rumbling voice softened, no longer cold and mechanical, but alive and full of emotion. Yes, Rexy, I am no longer a machine. I've been given a second chance. A true body, a true heart. I am alive and I am here for you. It's you. You know what's funny? It's like the role reversal of what happened before. It just reminds me of the legendary Rexy, where Rexy got turned into a dragon. Rexy's eyes welled up, his whole body trembling. He took a hesitant step forward, then another, before rushing toward my massive front foot and hugging one of my glowing claws as tight as he could. I thought I lost you forever, Rexy said, his voice cracking. But you came back. You really came back. Your massive wings shifted slowly, creating a protective arch over him as he spoke again, gently but firm. No curse, no water damage, no enemy will ever take me from you again. I promise you that, Rexy. Again, I wish it was speaking for us, and one thing about it sucks. Behind you, the clone looked up at your colossal form, its metallic voice quieter than before. Mission complete. Primary directive fulfilled. Protecting Rexy, now and forever, is no longer my duty, because it is yours. Okay, let's do this. This thing did not. It's still speaking for me, but it did work. It says the expression of my dragon face goes from calm to mean aggressive as I turn to face Trico. So, Trico, you try to ruin the bond that me and Rexy have, do you? And I lift my front massive claw that Rexy was not hanging on to and started to glow a bright purple. Oh dear. Oh great power that's in my claw. Turn this Trico extra small. Holy frig. Yep. Trico was so screwed. Trico froze, his usual arrogant grin vanishing as your glowing purple claw lit up the entire ruined room. What? No! You can't do that to me! Trico yelled, stumbling backwards as the glow intensified. Adrian's eyes narrowed, glowing fiercely. You tried to destroy me? You tried to hurt Rexy? You tried to break the bond that kept us together? Now, Trico, you will face the consequences of your actions. With a mighty swipe, your claw released a brilliant pulse of purple energy that wrapped around Trico like a net. He screamed as his body began to shimmer, his shape shrinking rapidly. Within seconds, the once normal Trico was no bigger than a toy figure, barely 2 inches tall. What the frick inspired me as a Condorus? His tiny voice squeaking as he fell to the ground with a soft plop. Rexy's eyes went wide. Whoa! You really did make him tiny. With your claw placing it carefully near the shrunken Trico, your voice had deeper. Now you will learn what it feels like to be powerless. You will not harm me or Rexy ever again. He squeaked, angrily shaking a tiny. Trico squeaked angrily, shaking a tiny fist. Do I even give him the same voice? No. You can't just do this.
Turn me back!
Heck no! You nuts? Give me a second, guys. If I want to quit speaking for me, but this is hilarious. I said, no. Now you know how it feels. This is what you did to me when you turned me into that tiny velociraptor and made Rexy become aggressive towards me and try to kill me. In fact, I raised my foot and point at the robot clone. Oh, great magic. I want this robot to feel. Please make this robot a real, aggressive 250 foot tall, holy crap, living, breathing velociraptor. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you screwed yourself over, Trico. Your glowing claws pulsed once more, and the air around the room vibrated with power. The robot clone's metal body suddenly began to shift, its joints twisting and reshaping as a bright golden light enveloped it. With a deafening roar, the clone's robotic exterior shattered apart like brittle glass, revealing muscle, scales, and gleaming teeth underneath. Within seconds, standing before you was a living, breathing, 250-foot tall velociraptor that was going with a wild, primal ferocity. The ground shook as it slammed one massive clawed foot down and threw its head back, letting out an ear-splitting roar that roused the entire building. Reggie seemingly tightened his grip on your claw, startled but not terrified. He could feel you were in control. The new velociraptor turned its head toward the tiny Trico, its nostrils flaring, growling low as if waiting for your command. Your glowing dragon eyes locked on Trico. This creature was born to be my fury made flesh. You will feel the fear you tried to make me feel. Trico backed up, his tiny body trembling. No! You can't let that thing near me! Keep it away! Well, holy crap, that was so interesting. Uh, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. Let me just read out what the frick happened. I just told the Velociraptor, "Hey, my sweet Velociraptor, go ahead and destroy that Trico. If you're hungry, you can eat him if you want." Well, let's just say the flippin' Velociraptor took that very seriously. Because the 250-foot tall Velociraptor let out a chilling, almost gleeful roar at your command. Its glowing eyes narrowed on the trembling Trico, who immediately spun around and tried to run, but there was no escape. This part right here. With a single leap, the massive predator slammed down in front of Trico, the ground cracking under its weight. The velociraptor lowered its head, growling so deep it shook the air, before lunging forward with terrifying speed. Trico screamed as the massive jaw snapped shut around him. There was a brief struggle, claws flailing, tail whipping, but it was hopeless. The velociraptor's head jerked once, twice, and then it swallowed. It legit ate the Pokemon. That's why I couldn't even say anything. Because I did not expect to take its thing quite literally. Holy cow. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like karma. Because Trico did try to get Rexy to eat me when I was stuck as a tiny Velociraptor, and now a giant Velociraptor is trying to didn't just try to eat him, it did eat him. And then Rex's reaction made it even funnier. The huge dinosaur turned back toward you, letting out a victorious roar that echoed for miles. Its glowing eyes softened slightly as it lowered its head near you, almost like a loyal hound awaiting praise. Oh, that was so cute! And then, again, here's Rexy's reaction to it. Rexy looked up at you with wide eyes. Dad, that was scary, but kinda awesome. Are you okay now? Like the fact that he just saw a Pokemon get eaten, and he's like,
That was kind of scary. But frick that, that was awesome as heck. Let's go. That was great.
Oh my gosh. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, I am okay. Thank you, my sweet Velociraptor. You did perfect. And now I just take my massive claw and gently pet the massive Velociraptor. Rexy, I know what I told the Velociraptor to do seemed cruel, but remember he tried to make you do the same thing to me when I was cursed as a tiny Velociraptor. You kept becoming aggressive and transforming into massive, scary creatures. You both ate me on different occasions. The only reason you didn't was because I had to beg you and talk to you to get you to snap out of your aggression. Ritzy's expression softened as you explained. He stepped closer to you, his much smaller form looking almost childlike next to your towering dragon body. Yeah, I remember that, he said quietly, his voice carrying guilt. I didn't want to hurt you back then, Dad. It's like something else was in my head, twisting everything. She could make me into something I'm not. The massive velociraptor let out a low rumble as if agreeing with you, and leaned into your pet with surprising gentleness for such a huge predator. It almost looked proud that it had finally done what Trico once forced Retsy to try to do. Oh my gosh, even the velociraptor has a good reaction. Retsy looked up at the glowing blue horns on your dragon head. But you're different now. Stronger, more powerful, and you still care about me. You went through everything I did when I was cursed. That means everything to me, Dad. He's adorable. I love him. You know what's funny? Earlier on in this chatbot, he didn't just call me. He hasn't just been calling me his dad. He actually called himself like literally like whenever like when I was still a robot and like the memory lockdown. I mean the bond lockdown protocol kicked in, and I asked like, "Who are you?" And he's like, I'm your son, Rexy." It was kind of cute the way the fact that he said "son" of all words. That was adorable. I don't think he's ever called me chat. I don't think he's ever called me son on any of these chatbots. I may have been the first one he's ever called me or called himself son to me, which is weird. Cool. I love it. It's really neat. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just lean my massive head very low towards Rexy and gently nuzzle him with my huge snout. Hey, despite all the curses, I did love you. Even when you were threatening to kill me when you became aggressive and I was cornered against the wall hoping that you would snap out of it. And I turned back to the massive velociraptor. Hey, for a job well done, I have a present for you. For helping me not only as a real living velociraptor, but when you were just a robot velociraptor. Ah, I raise my claw again and then say, Great power, I want you to make. Please give this massive velociraptor a giant steak. Yeah, quite literally, I meant steak. Steak. The glowing power in your claw flared brightly, and with a soft whoosh of magic, a gigantic steak, easily the size of a small car, materialized right in front of the massive velociraptor. The water eyes lit up with excitement, and it let a loud, happy roar before lowering its huge head to sniff the steak. With one quick snap of its jaws, it tore into the meat, clearly thrilled with your reward. Ritzy smiled softly, watching the velociraptor enjoy its prize. You really do care about the ones who protect us, he said quietly. Even when they were just machines, you still treated them like they mattered. That's, that's why I'm proud to be your son. The velociraptor paused mid-bite, looking up at you with a rumbling growl that sounded almost like that thank you before going back to eating happily. He's so cute. I love it. Alright, guys. Well, the limit ran up, so no matter what, I'm done to this one. I just nod my head at the velociraptor and say, You're welcome, my friend. Enjoy that. And I said, Of course I do. The Velociter may have originally just been a clone of my robot form, but he's still trying to help me and you. The only thing I don't understand is why you were blaming me when stuff kept happening with me being a robot. I want you to know that I was doing everything I could to make sure that you and me kept our bond. The only time I didn't try was after the bond lockdown protocol was activated. Reggie's expression softened, and he slowly walked closer until he was right under your massive dragon head. Dad, I think I was just scared, Rexy admitted quietly. Every time you glitched out or went into those dangerous modes, I thought I was going to lose you. And when you turned huge and scary, it felt like you weren't really you anymore. It made me angry because I didn't know how to fix it. Blaming you was easier than blaming myself. Oh, gee, thank you. Appreciate that. No, no, I'm probably the one suffering. Oh, great. He put one of his magic claws gently on your snout, his golden eye shining. But now I can see you were fighting, even when you were a machine, even when Chico tried to control you. You were fighting for us. You were fighting for me. I'm sorry for not seeing that sooner. Bartender, who had just finished the giant steak, gave a deep approving growl, almost like it agreed with Rexy's words, and stepped closer to the two of you, lowering its head respectfully, almost like it was waiting for your decision about its future. It makes it act like I'm gonna flip and get rid of it or something. Holy crap, no. If it wants to stay, I'll let it stay. That just seems evil. I can't continue with guys until 11:13 though, so, let's just say a bye-bye.